we do want to tell you a little bit about some of the folks who have gathered to watch that big speech by President Obama tonight. ABC's Charli James, I believe, is with us live from a bar in Harlem, I think. Now, Charli, you and Lana and myself, we watch this stuff because we are giant news nerds, let's be honest. I want to know who goes to a bar to watch the State of the Union address.
So it's not exactly a bar, it's
actually
a specialty hospital, so a little bit off on that one. But there's an events room, there's an event space here in Harlem where Organizing for Action, which is a grassroots community organizing group with over 250 offices across America. This is the Harlem chapter, and it's a very friendly group to President Obama. This actually, his group, Obama for America, became Organizing for Action after his re-election. So here people can come and sign in, as you can see here. And then in this room is where the party is, so music and balloons and snacks. So they're expecting as many as 100 people here tonight to watch the speech, watch Obama's last speech and discuss. And these are the people who are getting out on the ground in New York and New Jersey in this area and pushing for policies that President Obama pushes himself. So working for immigration reform and climate change and gun laws. So this is definitely a very friendly group to President Obama here.
And Charli, can you ask some of the folks there why they decided to watch as part of this group experience rather than just watching at home?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I have some people that we can speak to. Well, first, let me introduce you. This is Nye Whitaker. Can I grab you real quick? We're live on abcnews.com right now. So Nye is the leader of the Harlem chapter for Organizing for Action. So just tell us a little bit about why you organized this event.
Sure.
Why do people want to come and all watch the State of the Union together?
Sure. So this is a great opportunity for us to have a community conversation about the key issues that are impacting us here in Harlem and Northern Manhattan. And I think that people enjoy an opportunity to get off their couches and stop screaming at their televisions and to engage and get to meet their neighbors and talk about what we can do both individually and collectively to take action. And I'm hoping that tonight we'll hear some bold new items on President Obama's agenda, and that we'll be able to take those from a national level and make them local.
So it's expected to be a little bit of a victory lap as well. A little bit. President Obama looking back at what he's done in the last 7 years as well. What's going to happen to Organizing for Action after he's out of office?
Stay tuned.
All right. Stay tuned, everyone. Thanks so much.
No worries. Cheers. I just want to also say thank you to all of our amazing partners here tonight. We have great Harlem businesses supporting us, like Harlem Brewery. Celeste Betty is here promoting her new Sugar Hill cider. I'd like to also thank Chef Eddie G's Kitchen. They were featured on the Food Network. They've donated
we're
food.
seeing everyone with
and the tailored chef
well
here in the background. Cheers. Awesome. So we've got a lot of great collaborations going on in the room, Manhattan Young Dems and others. And so I'm just really proud that you guys have decided to join us tonight.
So definitely a party vibe here in Harlem at the Organizing for Action Harlem chapter.
Well, it
so
certainly seems like a party.
If it's going to be as good. Yeah, definitely. People drinking, the food smells great. So I don't know where most people are watching the State of the Union, but I have a feeling that it's a little bit more of a party here than most places. There was another woman who I wanted to speak with, Denise Fernandez Campbell. She is an outreach organizer for the New Jersey chapter. Hi.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
So we're live on abcnews.com right now. Let's talk a little bit about what you want to hear tonight from President Obama. It's his seventh speech. What do you want to hear from him?
I want to hear what is he going to do until to the end of his term. Hopefully I will hear something about immigration that I'm very passionate about.
You work a lot with immigration issues in New Jersey, and I know that you have a personal connection as well.
Yes, because I was undocumented and it's very dear to my heart. So I hope I can hear something on immigration. And whatever the president issues he decides that he wants to work on, we're ready to work with him.
So we've heard him speak about immigration many times in the past in these speeches. Are you happy with what's been accomplished? Disappointed?
I'm disappointed at Congress because, as you know, the president cannot do everything by himself. But I hope that this time around, the Congress decides to work with the president. That'll be really good for the good of the country and for the million lives that depend on it. So it will be very beautiful.
So looking at 7 years ago when President Obama had just come into office and looking at the country now, how do you feel about the country now versus then?
I feel very hopeful. This president gives me hope every day. I'm very happy to support him, and I will do whatever it's necessary to put his issues and his policies forward. So I'm very hopeful. I didn't have any hope before he was president, but now I'm very hopeful.
Well, thanks so much for speaking with ABC News.
Thank you.
And enjoy the party.
I
should give you guys a look at the food situation here too. It's quite a
Yeah, Charlie, you know I always want to take a look at the food situation. Definitely show us that.
It's actually, I've been to a number of watch parties this cycle for the debates, and usually, there's some popcorn. This is quite a nice, you got some beer, some wine, looking pretty good for a watch party.
All right, Charlie.
I have one more person to speak with for you. Can I grab you? Hi. This is Jacob Schwartz. He is president of the Manhattan Young Dems. So a couple of questions looking ahead. I mean, President Obama famously rallied a lot of young people to vote, especially in his first campaign.
Yes.
But we're not expecting a huge amount of young people to watch this speech tonight, unfortunately. But what are the issues that, people that are in the Manhattan Young Democrats, and you think young people in general want to hear from President Obama tonight?
I think they're going to want him to talk about economics, particularly income inequality. I mean, obviously Bernie's campaign has focused on that, and it's gotten the attention of a lot of young people. In addition, student loans, I know that's an issue that I struggle with myself, and student aid and education. He just had his gun reform. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of expectation that he's going to talk more about that. But I think personally what I'm looking for him is to give a vision for what he wants to see, a progressive vision for the future for the candidates that are going to be going into the general election, going into the primary election, what he is hoping to hear from them, and what he is expecting young people and all people to expect of them. And I hope that he really lays it out.
We do have an election coming up, as I'm sure you and most people know right now, in the primaries so close. President Obama won't be on the ballot this year, but that doesn't mean necessarily that he won't say anything about the upcoming election or setting the stage.
Right.
Would you want to hear him kind of go after some of these Republican candidates at all?
I think that some of the Republican candidates, yes. I mean, not them specifically, but their ideas, showing the progressive alternative, showing giving the examples of how his progressive vision from the last 8 years have really done amazing things for this country, and that if we go backward on any of those things, that we're really setting ourselves up for something not so pleasant. So I think that drawing a contrast there will be really great. I also hope that he challenges the Democratic candidates too. I mean, recently with his gun reform announcement, afterward, when he was interviewed about it, he made the statement that he would personally not support any Democratic candidate who didn't support common sense gun legislation. And I hope that he says more things like that. I mean, he doesn't have to say, he's not calling out specific candidates, but kind of just being like, this is the line that a progressive candidate should, at the very least, draw. And Obama's been a great progressive president, and I think that sort of setting the example is a really important thing for him.
Well, we will see very soon. We are now just over a half an hour away from the speech beginning. So we'll check in with you afterwards as well and see what you thought about the speech.
Yes.
So thanks so much, Jacob, for
Thank you
speaking
so
with
much.
us. So Amna, yeah, it's a diverse group in here, ages and ethnicities, and so I think people are going to have their own issues that they really want to hear. And in this hour speech, you should have time to get to a lot of it, but we can check in after as well with some of the viewers here. Hi, where's the wave? More enthusiasm from the crowd here.
So much excitement there in Harlem. Thank you, Charli. She's ABC's Charli James at a watch party in Harlem.